Welcome to another episode of Navigating Your Unretired Life. In this episode, we're going to be covering a book we just read that we are excited about and we think you ought to read. So here we go. Buckle up. So we're talking about Navigating Your Unretired Life, and the book review is Mark S. Walton's Unretired. It's about the seismic trend that's changing the map of life, how highly effective people are living happily ever after. Sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't it? But it's really a good book, and he kind of talks about this through navigating across the United States and interviewing a whole lot of people. So here's about the author, Mark S. Walton. He's a Peabody Award-winning journalist and a business author, a Fortune 100 management consultant, and chairman of the Center for Leadership Communication, a global executive education and communication enterprise with a focus on leadership and exceptional achievement at every stage of life. He is additionally founder and chairman of the Second Half Institute at the University of California, the nation's first university-based program to focus on personal leadership and career development in midlife and beyond. So here's the book's back cover. It's pretty well written, so I'm going to just go ahead and read it to you. The map of life is changing. America's first generation of knowledge executives and professionals, some 30 million people who've earned a living through their education, intelligence, and expertise, has now reached or is nearing retirement age. For more than half, according to the latest research, this feels like a life sentence to purgatory. While many can afford to, they have no interest in powering down for the rest of their lives. Recalls one who tried, you retire, you have a drink at 1:30 in the afternoon, you then realize it's time to go back to work. I think that's a great quote. In this sequel to his Amazon bestseller, Boundless Potential, and the national PBS TV special that it spawned, Peabody award-winning journalist and Fortune 100 management consultant Marcus Walton crisscrossed the country visiting with passionately unretired CEOs, Mayo Clinic doctors, attorneys, neuroscientists, psychologists, financial experts, journalists, and others to chronicle their story, share their lessons learned, and unpack the seismic trend that's changing the map of life. Pretty cool. So let's take a sneak peek at the contents. The introductions is great because it talks about who flunks retirement. It says about everybody who's delved into this, and even if they have money, they say, "Wow, but I need to do more with my life." So he talks about the rebels, and he interviews two psychologists that are kind of contrasting in terms of the way they look at life. He talks about the fascination factor that's in people's lives that kind of drives them, and the unretirement plan that people need to make or are, some of who are making it. And the miracle in the cornfields, that's about the Mayo Clinic. That really got to me because they did heart research, and they did all kind of really important early stuff on vaccines and all that kind of stuff. And he talks about a person with a life with no name, kind of lost, and examining the unretired brain, kind of like neuroscientist stuff about how the brain continues to learn at every stage of life. Pretty interesting. And then he talks about the reinventors and navigating the unretired economy and sparks of reinvention. And then he focuses on the world's oldest business school. And he introduces us to meeting the couple of tomorrow. This is a married couple that is navigating their unretired lives. Then he finally ends up in part three with talks about the creatives and the art of unretirement. And when that period in life when creativity suddenly appears, and then the new creative marketplace. And finally, in changing the map of life, he kind of summarizes, what the key point that he's trying to make in terms of this book here. And so This last chapter sums up that big lesson, but you got to read the book and find it. Buy the book and listen to it or read it because I have, and I think it's well worth the time and the money. So thank you so much for this. If you need to know more about how we are helping people navigate your unretired life, text or call me at 206-920-8067. I really want to hear about what your situation is. And you can also email me at support@newworldcom.com. You can visit us at newworldcom.com and see our robust suite of e-learning services and view our last video here. Even if you don't have a college education here, there's all kinds of things that we're introducing people to that go beyond the traditional jobs that people, the only jobs that people are available. We're taking it to a whole nother plane of excellence here. So if you like what we're doing here, give me a thumbs up or even a thumbs down if you don't. I want to know. Give me a comment. Really let me know what's going on and refer me to others. And also subscribe to my channel. You see the little icon here. So you can really be apprised of what new videos that are coming out. We're doing this every week. And we're actually developing a whole master course on navigating your unretired life. You go ahead and do a search of navigating your unretired life and see who pops up, who shows up. That's us. Because we're the only channel that I know of in all of YouTube that is about navigating your unretired life. So you can become a founding member. You can say, I knew Johnson, I knew him when. And I'm having a ball. The journey is just so nice. And it's so nice to be able to help people navigate their lives. And this is a co-creative effort here. I need to hear from you about how you might be doing this. I'm not going to just talk about executives. I'm not going to just talk about, I'm going to be talking about everybody across generations, across genders, across communities, and communities of color, um, market sectors across the entire planet. So this is really going to be, we're going to create a whole, we're going to be the tide that rises all ships. So thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you.